types of things does Focus Fitness offer different clientele, teachers, administrators, whoever wants to be part of Focus Fitness? What kind of products do you offer to other people?
Well, it started with the 5 for Life program. It was our first. Back in 2000, we started writing curriculum. And the reason why is because the PEP grants were going on, and our school district had one. And I was part of a curriculum team here in Spokane Public Schools. My boss, Karen Cowan, who's now my business partner, she was the coordinator, and she asked me to be a part of that. And I got on a team of, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 people, elementary all the way through high school. And we started to develop curriculum for the school district. It was a very arduous process. It takes a lot of mental, heavy lifting. And you have a lot of different mindsets coming together to build something. I do think it is probably one of the best ways to go ahead and build curriculum. However, you have to know going in, it takes a lot of time. So at the same time this was happening, we formed Focus Fitness because we knew there would be other school districts around the country that were looking for curriculum that was based around fitness, health, and nutrition. Now, I personally think that motor skills is the most important to teach young kids. We have to teach them a basis of the foundation of movement. Robert Payne Gracie wrote the Bible for PE, Dynamic Physical Education. I have like 3 copies behind me, and I think everybody needs to have that. But I didn't see the connection between the movement skills and the content. So we started writing the 5 for Life program in 2000. We rolled it out in 2001 officially, and we started training school districts. So we really started as kind of a two facets to Focus Fitness. It was the 5 for Life curriculum, and then it was training, professional development, because professional development is the glue. And it doesn't mean because we were good trainers. It means because we needed teachers to come together and to really break this down and discuss how is this going to work. So the 5 for Life is not a step-by-step. It's not a lesson-based curriculum resource. It is here's content. Now, how do you take that and make that your own? Because everybody's teaching situation, the variables are so different. You can't just plug and play. This is not a cookie cutter. And physical education should never be that. But then again, I didn't feel there were resources at the time that existed that taught how do you teach 5-year-olds about the 5 components of fitness? How do you teach them about the muscular system, the skeletal system? Well, we taught them the muscular system through a real quick little poem that I created when I was teaching, and I started using it, and my middle school 8th graders started asking me to repeat it back to them. And I was like, no, I'm too embarrassed to do that. And I thought, you know what? Who cares if I'm embarrassed? If 20 years down the road they say, hey, there's that weirdo that taught me the notion of muscle motion while we're walking through Target, what do I care? If they know the notion of muscle motion, they know that their biceps bends their arm. They know their pectorals can push away harm. They know their deltoids can push to the sky, and their latissimus dorsi can help them climb high. Those are the things that I care about. I mean, I'm not looking to be best friends with them down the road. I just want them to go, he taught me something. So, what we were trying to do was create sensible programs, fitness and health programs for today's kids. And today's kids, they change. They're more technologically literate now. So in 2004, we created a software system. We created an after-school program that had the same basis, that actually talked about fitness, health, and nutrition. It's called the Fab 5 after-school program. And by the way, that is trademarked by us. So if you're a Michigan fan, sorry, they let it go and I picked it up, because in business, you got to be smart. So, we have the Fab 5 early learning program. So we have a program for pre-K through 2nd graders that teaches them basic gross motor movements, as well as calming and focusing activities, as well as crossing the midline, as well as, whole body handwriting and number recognition, numeral literacy recognition. So we started creating other programs in-house that would get at what our mission was, which was to teach fitness and health to today's kids in a sensible way and in a relevant way. So yeah, there's a lot. There's more. We got a lot that we've done, but there's still a lot to be done. That's the beauty, is that there's so many ways that we can go with this as a discipline, not as a company, but as all of us together to make sure that kids are active and healthy for life.
And Ron, when you speak of your 5 for Life program and your early learning plan, or your own early learning program, when did you start that early learning plan? Because it seems that you were way ahead of our field and the vision of the importance of crossing the midline and the mindfulness. These are all hot topics of today. And when did you create those activities and resources?
Oh, Kim, this is the
Early
hard part.
2000?
Yeah, my partner, she's got a bank up here that never, she can go to it all the time. But, this is where I have to give credit to my business partner in many areas. But Karen Cowan was a true visionary and still is. She had the idea of Focus Fitness. I will never say it was my idea. Now the name, however, I might fight her on that one. But as far as the company and the direction, I understand the role that you have to have a head coach and assistant coach. And I played an assistant coach for a number of years, and I appreciate it because she's a visionary and she sees where the field is going. And she saw all these things. She saw the software. She saw the early learning program. She saw the after school program. We were doing brain and body boosts back in 2008, 2009. We were shooting videos for classroom activity breaks. Before it ever really seemed to connect. Not that people weren't doing it, but we saw that we had a vehicle that could get it out in masses. And that's what we were really trying to do. There's so many great PE teachers out there, and I've met them through the years, and it's just that's been the greatest part of what I've done for the last 2 decades is meet people. But one thing that I would say is that sometimes we struggle with great programs because programs require leadership and vision and a lot of people that buy into it. And that was always our goal, was to go to the program level. Not that we didn't want the teacher, but we wanted it to be a program piece. So that way you could get more movement. And once you get enough people on board, then it just starts to roll on its own. And that's really what we were attempting to do.